Hello and welcome to this YouTube playlist for knowledge management. In this tutorial what we're going to do is go over the management of your knowledge base catalogues. So we're going to show you the ways of accessing knowledge base articles. We're going to show you how you can manage the out-of-the-box catalogues, how you can designate rights to your catalogues, and how you can actually create or remove catalogues. So here I'm using the Supportworks 7.6 client, and it's ITSM 351. So I'm going to show you the different ways that you can actually access the catalogues first and access the articles. So the first way you can do this is through the navigation pane on the left-hand side. So you can see the icon in the bottom left hand side there for Knowledgebase. So if I click on that, it will automatically take you to the search and browse methods for the Knowledgebase. You can also access this through the top menu. So you've got Knowledgebase just up here in the toolbar, and you can go search Knowledgebase, which again will switch you across to that view. Now there's different areas within the actual document itself where you can actually associate a profile or associate changes or other things like this, which we'll actually go through in this playlist, where you can actually access the knowledge base as well. So in terms of the catalogues that come with the knowledge base and how it's actually managed, if we go to the browse section here, you can see that automatically we have some different catalogues for the resolved help desk calls, we have frequently asked questions, Supportworks documentation, and external documents. So these are the four catalogues that automatically come with your installation. And it also shows in this particular view deleted documents and resolved or closed calls waiting publication. So in terms of managing these particular catalogues, obviously we're going to go through in terms of how you add each individual one of these anyway, in terms of articles into these catalogues. But the management of the catalogues come from the selection at the top there. So you've got knowledge base, and I'm going to go down to manage knowledge base catalogues. So again, you can see these four options which we have on the left hand side here. Now the first thing to say around these is obviously it's not showing in alphabetical order. It is something that has been requested, so it's definitely one of our current enhancement requests, and perhaps we can vote on this on our community portal for one of our future versions. So what I'm going to do is just go through these for you and your different management options. So on the right hand side you can see that you've got the ability to add a new one, which we're going to be doing in a separate video, sorry, in the same video but a bit later here. We have the properties to actually go into each catalogue's properties, the ability to remove a catalogue, and to manage. So if I just go to the properties of the FAQs, for example, so what this will do is open up this separate window here where it will give you the name of the catalogue. It will show you the actual business process. So this is the default business process that if your customers are actually giving you, or analysts as well, giving you any feedback based on any of these catalogues or articles within the catalogue, it's going to use this business process by default to log a change request. It gives you options as well for your default options to who you want the call to be assigned to, and your default SLA and priority. Now the reason why these are there is purely so you can actually manage your catalogues in a better way. So I'll give you an example in terms of if you have a separate catalogue for a particular system or software, you can have this particular catalogue for a particular team, so any feedback that goes back to it doesn't go to one particular knowledge base manager, it goes back to that particular team who's created the articles within that catalogue. And down the bottom here you can see different rights being given to different analysts. So you can see here you can delete or add to manage your analysts' rights to this particular catalogue. So they might not necessarily have, for some analysts might not need the access rights to particular information or documents. So you can manage that here. So if I was to add another one, I can click on add. I can select the analyst using the ellipsis button there, and you can go through your tree, and let's say I'm going to add in Jennifer Roberts, and you're selecting which catalog to give rights to. Obviously, we're within the FAQ, so it makes sense to give rights to that. Tick the relevant boxes here that you want to give rights to. So you got can compose, which makes sense. Can change the catalog. Change the status. Again, the statuses make sense in terms of maybe you have certain people who can actually approve the articles themselves, or maybe you have certain people who you don't want to be able to approve articles. Maybe you want them to create the articles but needs a bit of sanity checking before they go out to your customer base. And other things such as the visible status, associate CIs, etc. So I'm going to click on Add Record, and you can see that Jennifer R has now appeared in our list. So that's how you would designate rights to a particular catalogue. So what you can see now, we're back on the Manage Knowledgebase Catalog screen, is that we can manage the actual articles. So this isn't based on the particular catalogue, but if we click on Manage, we can select a particular catalogue here if you wish to, and click on Search, and then this will appear with all the the articles within this particular catalogue. And obviously you can do a bit more in terms of searching in regards to whether it's visible in self-service or not, or whether it's in a different status, awaiting approval perhaps. And so yeah, it's just a good way to have a look at your articles, make sure none's missed, or make sure that it's an easy way to get to articles without needing to search for keywords. So if I close that down, the next thing I'm going to do on here is to add a new catalogue and then designate rights to my admin user. So I'm just going to click on New. I'm going to give the catalogue a name, so I'm going to say SAP articles. I want it to use the default change request business process, and I want it to assign everything to myself. When that happens, any kind of changes required to that, I'm going to just select my change SLA and a low priority. So I'm just going to click on Add Record. So you can see here now it's in our Manage Knowledgebase Catalog screen as my SAP articles. So remember to give rights to this also. So obviously the rights based on the knowledge base is purely on this and not on the security profiles as of yet. I know it's already been logged, so all the rights are in the same place. However, this is currently how you manage the rights. So if I go back into the properties, click on Add, then I'm going to select my administrator. I mean, just because I created the catalog doesn't mean I necessarily have rights to it, so I'm just going to grant myself rights, Add Record. There we go. And what I'm going to do is just re-log in to confirm the rights. There we go. So let's go back to the knowledge base view. If I go to the browse screen now, we can now see SAP articles is there and available for use. So that's all for the first part of this playlist, and now you should be able to create your own articles and manage who has rights to that.